Hey there, folks. So, last episode we ended things off with the fact that the player character wasn't correctly equipping the bat. It actually took me about 30 seconds after I finished that episode to figure out what was going on. At some point during my asset import process, our skeleton that we're using for our player character lost the sockets. So what that was causing is it's like, oh, we're trying to attach to a socket, but that socket doesn't exist. So what we need to do here is just add our sockets back in. Now, you may not have this issue yourself. This is just something that I ran into. So what we need to do there is just pull up. Let me just find it here. Public data types, character defines. So in here, maximize this, we have our predefined socket names. So we have our care underscore right hand socket and care underscore left hand socket. So left hand right hand socket. There we go. I'm going to name that one and then just quickly hop back over and grab the other one. So save these changes, and then we're going to quickly give this a test and see if that works. 99% sure that was our issue, because otherwise all the code was the same. So click equip, and you can now see it is equipped, not correctly in our hand, but it is equipped. Now, this is where I have mentioned in the past there is transform offsets and other things we need to apply. So with that, let's pull that up here. Where'd I put Rider? It's over there. So what we need to do for that is look at our item data. So in our item data, we have, where's our weapon type here? Item data, weapon data. So this weapon data is something that was going to be a handheld item. What we need to do here is add in another U property, edit defaults only. Helps if I could spell property, because then Rider will work. Edit defaults only, blueprint read only. And the reason for this is we only want to be able to change these in the editor, like through the blueprint editor window. We don't need want to be able to change that at runtime or anything like that. So this is going to be in, do I want to F transform? Yeah, F transform. The reason being we want an F transform, transform offset, not minus, equals F transform. So to explain, the reason why we want to use an F transform here instead of like a F vector and everything like that is this gives us the option to adjust scale, rotation, and location comparably. The reason being for that is sometimes you're going to have things where the up axis on your weapon is, say, the x-axis in game. Sometimes it's the z-axis. That is all going to be down to the preference of the person who created the asset. Now, if you're working with a team that creates all your assets, that'll be something that's defined. So it'll be like, okay, every melee weapon needs to have the z-axis as the upward axis on the weapon. So like the z-axis runs through the center of the baseball bat from the bottom to the top. But when you're doing things like I am, when you're working with store assets, you're going to run into that situation where not everything is in the same location, or not everything has the same center, not everything has the same rotation. The scale might be a little off. Now, you can, if you want, go through, modify those through mesh editing, You can do that in the engine. You can do that through a third-party application like Blender. I personally just don't have time to do that with the volume of assets I'm going to want to import. So this mesh transform offset is a good solution. The same thing is going to apply for, as I've mentioned in the past, mods. Again, people are going to add things in. This gives them the flexibility to be able to make those fine-tune adjustments. So now that we have that, we need to go to our human character base, or humanoid character base here, I should say, and equip weapon. So up here we have as weapon, spawned item, left hand item, add transform, add actor local transform, left hand item, mesh trans. Is that private? Did I make that private by mistake? No, that's public. This is going back to why are you saying that isn't valid? Cannot resolve symbol mesh transform offset. UTFN weapon data, mesh transform offset. Everything is right there. I'm just doing this to see. It might be because the engine's running as well. Include. Oh, I hate how that happens. New item. No, new inventory. Okay, maybe that's because the editor is running. Let's close that out. I was hoping to actually get through to work on some of the UI this episode, but this is taking a little longer than expected. Well, right hand item, add actor local transform, right. Oh, no, I know why. That's because left hand item is something as a weapon. Mesh transform offset, that's why. All right, so what this is doing here is going to apply that local transform. So that's the rotation, location, scale after we attach it. So attach to the socket and then adjust its local position. The reason why you want to adjust local is that is going to be compared or in relation to the socket we're attached to. So now there was one other thing I wanted to cover with this here. Right now, the way this is working does not account for two-handed weapons being connected to like the correct locations. I'm not sure how I want to go about that yet. I do need to do some more investigation into the way control rigs and all of that stuff works. I'm not much of an animator. You could probably tell by the way I'm doing all of this. But with that though, there was one other thing. What was it? Let's have a look what we're in. Well, it's melee collision. There was something else I wanted to do. Per item weight equipped. Weight multiplier is equipped. Use text. Has item decay. I'm trying to remember, and I didn't write this down as a note, so this is on me, but no, I can't remember what it was. So with that, what we're going to do here is I'm going to build this quickly. We are going to hop into the editor, make sure this change works, and we can adjust that transform based off of how we set that. So for you, it'll be just a matter of seconds. For me, I'll be back probably in 5 minutes. All right, so we are back in the editor here. Let's give this a quick shot. Oh, no, I can already see from the shadow, things are weird. Eject. Okay, something is a little off there. All right, so what did we do wrong there? Add actor, local transform. How did I do this previously? Oh, set actor. Oh, okay, I see. Let's change this. So, set actor relative transform as weapon mesh transform offset. Okay, so apparently this is what we need to do. So, all right, we'll give this one more shot and we'll see how that goes. I will be back in a second. All right, so let's see how this works here. Hopefully this is a solution. Position it down there. That's still not doing it. So what is different from that? Okay, so that was, let's try this, because that was something attached to component git mesh. Okay, so this is actually how I had set this up before, so that might be why. All right, let's try this one more time. Pick it up. There we go. Okay, so now that's there. Eject. Bat. Change this to local. What happened there? Oh, that apparently ejected me off into space. So let's... Did not like that. Eject. No. Pick up. Eject. Pause. Is that gonna... Helps if I actually equip it. Okay. Eject. Pause. Does that let me? Yes, it does. Okay, so let's get our transform. It should be in local space. So we want it about there. Copy all properties, and we're going to open up our weapon here. I'll bring it over. Paste. Nope, didn't work. All right, so let's try copy location, paste that. Everything else should be good. We're going to hit stop, compile, and save. Move this out of the way. Let's see, does that put the bat in the right place in the hand? It looks like that did it. Yep. All right, so This is a bit of a shorter episode, and I do apologize for that. I'm going to end things here just simply because I want to try and keep episodes to one topic at a time. I don't want to jump over into the UI stuff, but I can say that is what we are going to be working on next, is the UI. After that, once the UI is done, I will be circling back to the animation stuff. Now, the reason why I'm taking a break per se, or I'm not getting straight into the animation for this, is I was given some suggestions of some other stuff to look into for handling the multiple different animation states. So things like a one-handed weapon, a two-handed weapon, a rifle, a pistol, things like that. And I want to do a little bit of off-screen research just because it's brand new to me. As I mentioned, I'm not an animator. So I'm going to be doing a little bit of off-screen research for that. And then I'll be coming back to that afterwards. And in the time being, I want to keep things moving. So we'll be working on the UI stuff next. So as always, though, folks, thank you for watching. If you have any comments, questions, concerns, suggestions, please feel free to leave them in the comments below. Hop over onto Discord, ask them there, leave them there. Reason being is I find I get Discord notifications a lot more frequently than YouTube. But as always, folks, thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next episode.